And we are live here from the Reinventing Live event at Red Tree in Columbus, Ohio, and actually beaming in with Guy and Nick, Kyle, a whole mess of people from, well, around the States at the moment. Jesse's here in the stage. I'm just gonna hand this right off to Guy, and yeah, we've got a pretty fun exercise lined up for everybody today.
Right on. Thank you, Gabe. And thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. I'm psyched that we're doing another blob exercise. Jesse joined us for one of these last year. And this is something that he had told me about when I interviewed him one time, where every now and then he'll just find a random blob. An example he gave was a stain in the concrete of the gym that he goes to. And it was, and he'll see faces in these things. And of course, we all see faces in things, right? Clouds or whatever. But when you're looking for inspiration to just kind of jog you out of your normal habits, especially if you're trying to draw characters, sometimes starting with a blob is a really good way to kind of push your language into new places. And so we have provided a few blobs, although you're welcome to grab some of your own. I'm going to go ahead and flip around here so that you can see some of them. And Gabe, anybody who wants to join us for this, where can they find these?
Actually, Kyle set this up, so he knows better than I do.
Okay, Kyle, where can people download these references?
They are in the right below the video on the player.
Nice. Okay, so you should be able to just drag them onto your desktop. And there's two different sheets of them. One of them is these 4 squares, which are kind of like standard face kind of shapes. And then there's another one, which is, I thought these were kind of some cool dragon head kind of shapes. We've got, one that's a little goofier and the other that's a little bit more serious. But the way that we did this last time, I think we're going to do it this way, that way this time as well, is start out with just 4 quickies. Choose your 4 favorites from these or whatever blobs you have laying around. And we're going to do some 5-minute warm-ups, and then out of those we'll take our favorite one, and each of us is going to have a different favorite one. And we might at that point look at each other's sketches and kind of get some feedback, and then we'll take those and run with them. And of course, I'd love to hear anything that Jesse has to say about characterization and that kind of thing. And of course, we've also got Nick on the line here, who is I love his texture work and that kind of thing, and these definitely will kind of lend themselves to that. And so once we actually get into this, and everyone feels like they've got some momentum, maybe we're past our thumbnail stage. Anyone who wants to hop on the Zoom call, please do. We can all share our sketches and laugh and see where we can push these.
Awesome. Jackie has joined the Zoom. We don't have your video, so if you're drawing, then I don't know if you can click on your video.
Nick, is there any way for us to see your whatever you're working on?
Not at the moment. I'll have to change my setup around.
So I guess, yeah, this gives everyone a chance to kind of get themselves situated. And I'm sure most people are working digitally. Of course, you can always do the old print it up and use tracing paper thing as well if you're not digitally inclined. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to start out with, I'm going to make an extra layer here.
Guy, on your the phone that's looking at your what you're working on, if you could turn the brightness down like by a little bit, it's coming through.
Okay, I'm not sure how to do that on the phone, but I'm going to try this. Is that any better?
I think so. We'll see.
Hey Dad, try going to settings, and there will be something that says display and brightness, and that's how you can turn it down.
Well, I mean, I think I can turn the brightness down on my Wacom tablet here. I'm not sure how to.
On the tablet.
Yeah, I haven't ever had a need to do that. I'm afraid I'm actually going to turn it off, but let me try. I've got
One
control.
spot might help because it was coming out very high contrasty, but we got Nick sharing a screen at the moment, so that's cool.
Right. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure how to change the brightness on this, and I don't want to burn too much time on it.
No
It's
worries.
probably one of those really easy things if I knew it. It's weird because we usually don't have this.
Understand I have used the computer. So, Dad, you understand I've used a computer before, and I know that if you go to settings on a computer, you'll still get the display and brightness thing, right?
Right. Well, I think the Cintiq is separate, but let me go to the main settings. You're right. There's a chance of that I might be able to access the Cintiq from there.
And if I was right, then you pay me $5 when you're done with this class. Okay, Dad?
Okay. Unfortunately, it's only showing one of my displays from there, so it's not happening.
And if you don't, I will put a whoopee cushion in your chair when Mom comes home for dinner. Okay, Dad? So you're
All
going
right,
to pay
well,
me $5 if I'm right.
Unfortunately, I'm not able to. It's this is only giving me control for the other my second monitor. So we're just gonna have to make do. Let me see how this looks again. How's my screen look? Is it still too bright?
Actually, it does look a little better from here.
That looks great.
Okay. I mean, normally I don't have an issue. So okay. Well, hey, what do you say we get started? We begin our first one. It's 10 after, and is 5 minutes too long for these kind of things? Since we're really just trying to find. I don't know, Jesse. What do you think?
I think 5 minutes is good.
Okay, so we're going to start with 4 or 5 minute warm-ups, and from there we're going to pick our favorite one, and that's going to be the one that we spend the rest of the hour developing. This one here, I especially like this tree bark guy because it's got this frowning face in it and these cheekbones. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to make a white layer above this and kind of lower the opacity a little bit. And this way I can still see, but it's not as overpowering. And I can always turn that layer on and off because it's not the same as having actually reducing the contrast on the source image. Okay.
It's funny because the lichen, what I'm getting is I see a bunch of faces in it, but what I'm getting is kind of this weird whiny Godzilla dude.
A whiny Godzilla dude.
Yeah.
So Nick,
So that's
haven't seen you in a while. What have you been up to lately?
That's what I'm.
Just all the usual stuff, man. Nothing.
Been getting out and doing more plein air this last year. Looks like.
I haven't done too much of that. I've been plein air landscaping my property.
Yeah. I
Painting.
mean, that's where most of mine happen too. It's just more doable. I definitely have a lot of respect for people that go out to remote locations and do that because it's tricky. But one of the most prolific landscape painters that I know of, I think I've told you about Lynn Bodges before. He's a palette knife artist, but he ended up just buying a bunch of acres in West Virginia, so he's just got it right there. Yeah, tree bark dude is great. I like him. He's kind of like a really old, disappointed Groot.
Yeah. Kind of like he looks sort of like you when I prank you.
Oh.
Or when you see there's oatmeal on your chair.
So I look like an old, disappointed Groot. All right. Good to know.
Not all the time, just when I put oatmeal in your chair. Or toothpaste on the toilet. That doesn't go over great either.
All right. We're talking about art here. So, Kaya, which one did you? Are you still working on the dragon thing?
What I'm doing first is I'm just kind of getting an outline for each of them, and then I'm gonna build on them more. And I don't know if that's exactly the protocol, but I'm still doing it that way anyway.
Well, it's good to just start with
Except
a line
it's been a
drawing or
lot of
something.
fun.
So good to start with a rough sketch, you know. And I mean, this is what we always do with our exercises: is we start rough. I try to encourage people to draw small too. And I'm already breaking my own rule here. I should have started smaller. And think very, very much at thumbnail stage where it's about shapes and proportions and that kind of thing. And in this case, character too, and not so much about detail. It's very easy to get lost in that. Yeah, it might be hard for me to not do this guy as my main one. We'll see though.
The moth thing that I'm doing right now looks kind of like the cat that is currently on my desk.
Yeah, you might need to move him. Okay, we got
Yeah,
one
I
more
think
minute.
I'm going to.
Got one more minute on this one. And yeah, I'm already excited to see everybody's sketches. Okay, disappointed looking Groot dude.
Hey, Nick, you want to stop the screen sharing for a little bit so that we can share it around, feature some of the other screens?
Oh, I didn't realize I was affecting anyone. Sorry.
No, you were affecting everybody positively so we could see what you were doing.
Oh, that's not that exciting. All right.
All right, so that's Kaya. So yeah, there's two phones that say they're me. You can see Kaya's doing the mossy character, and not surprisingly, it's a cat. And then yeah, well, why not, right? So you got
like so freaky.
these are fun though. Okay, and then yeah, here's my old disappointed looking dude. Okay, it's 5:15, so I'm gonna start the next one. All right, so this one here I also like because it's got these very cockeyed eyes. I wanted to run with that. It's kind of fun working with a experienced caricature artist last night. That's not something I've ever really done. Although, you know, every portrait is a little bit of a caricature. Jesse, which ones have you done so far?
I think that there will make mom feel less proud when she's doing hers.
Well, she's not going to do one of these. Jesse, which ones have you done so far? Oh, you don't have sound.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Yeah. So I did the tree bark. I did a little Slimer guy because I was just looking at Nick's Slimer. I don't know what this thing is. Another tree bark one. And then I'll head over to the moss.
Yeah, we were at the woods today, and it just it had all these faces everywhere. I was just thinking about tonight, and I just didn't get around to concrete stains and things. But I love this stuff anyway.
Our tour guide with someone's dog.
Nick, while you're adjusting
had
your
gotten out of
camera,
their
if you could
yard.
turn horizontal, would be awesome.
I could what?
If you could turn your phone horizontal, then the camera picks up more.
This?
Yeah, I'm gonna shake it a little.
I don't know, man. I'm not working with a good setup here.
Good.
Yeah, we showed up at this state park, and immediately these 4 large dogs show up, and they're like, "What's up with you guys?" was a little intimidating. And then one of them decided to be our tour guide for the next 2 hours. It's kind of fun.
That's cute.
The dog with no name. Yeah, this guy is kind of turning into a sort of tumor-covered zombie skull thing.
Ooh, I like that. That could be like the kind of, that's exactly what I need to think about every night before I go to sleep.
Yeah, perfect. So yeah, one of the out school
Ooh,
classes
that's
that
also
kind
what I
of
can think about when I'm eating.
is a dragon drawing class, and it's been